Welcome to Screen Hollywood, the home of movie news and entertainment. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to Screen Hollywood. I'm your host, Adam. If you're new here, join the Hollywood family and hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and hype button. And bookmark and subscribe to our news publication at screenhollywood.com. The reports are in. The third secret test screening for James Gunn's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow has concluded, and the audience reactions are leaking out. And folks, we have a lot to talk about. For those of you who have been following this saga on the channel, you know this production has been a roller coaster. Last year, I did a video titled Supergirl, Secret Test Screening Leaks Reveal an Underwhelming Movie, where we broke down the disastrous reactions from the second screening. The audience tore it apart. In that video, I told you that there was no way the studio would let it stand. I said they would go back to the drawing board, do some major reworks, and try to salvage this thing. And now, based on these new reactions, it looks like that's exactly what they did. But the question is, was it enough? Did they fix the movie? Or did they just put a band-aid on a bullet wound? Today, we're going to break down the new leaks, talk about the one big thing I predicted they would fix, and discuss the one massive problem that is still lingering over this entire project. Let's start with the "I told you so" moment. One of the single biggest complaints from that disastrous second screening was the criminal underuse of Jason Momoa's Lobo. They had the main man, one of the most charismatic and badass characters in the DC universe, and they sidelined him. It was a baffling amateur hour mistake. After that news broke, I released another video, Supergirl. Jason Momoa's Lobo is here to carry and save a failing movie campaign. In that video, I predicted that the only logical move for the studio was to go back, reshoot, and inject a massive dose of Lobo into this movie to save it from itself. And now, fast forward to these new test screening reactions. The feedback is coming in from all corners of the internet. And what is the one complaint that is conspicuously, deafeningly absent? Any mention of Lobo lacking screen time. It's gone. This tells me everything I need to know. They heard the backlash, they knew they had a problem, and they did exactly what I predicted. They unleashed the main man. They fixed the Lobo issue. That's one problem down. But unfortunately, it seems they've only traded one problem for another. Let's get to the good news first. Across the board, these new reactions are praising the performance of our star, Millie Alcock. That's fantastic to hear. She's a brilliant actress, and I had no doubt she would deliver. But it's how they're describing her performance that has me both intrigued and deeply, deeply concerned. The consensus is that she is playing Supergirl as a rambunctious, boisterous boy with a bad attitude. This is a messy take on the character. Now, on the surface, that's all well and good. I am all for a more aggressive, less polished version of a Kryptonian. It's a fresh angle. But, and this is a huge but, I really hope they don't take it too far down the Ray avenue. We've seen this before. A powerful female protagonist who is written to be so confrontational, so headstrong, and so instantly perfect at everything that she becomes unlikable. If the audience doesn't connect with your main character, if they don't root for her, your movie is dead on arrival. If Supergirl comes across as an arrogant, unlikable hero, the film will suffer at the box office. And James Gunn needs all the help he can get right now. His DCU has gotten off to a notoriously lame start. His Superman movie was, to put it mildly, a flop. It underperformed financially and was divisive with critics and audiences. The popularity of Peacemaker, while strong initially, has seen a noticeable decline. The DCU is on shaky ground. The last thing it needs is a flagship heroine that the general audience can't stand. It's a very fine line to walk, and based on these descriptions, I'm worried they might be on the wrong side of it. But the biggest, most glaring problem, the one that was there in the second screening and is still there in this new, quote-unquote, improved cut, is the villain. Even in these more positive reviews, one issue keeps lingering like a bad smell. The villain is disappointing and lacks presence. Folks, this is a death sentence for a superhero movie. A hero is only as good as their antagonist. Batman has the Joker. Superman has Lex Luthor. A great villain elevates the entire story. A weak, forgettable villain drags the whole thing down into a pit of mediocrity. We still don't know for sure who the main villain is, but if they've already done reshoots and the big bad is still failing to make an impact on audiences, that points to a fundamental script-level problem. That is not something you can easily fix with a few extra scenes. It tells me the core conflict of the movie is likely weak. And if the core conflict is weak, the movie will be forgettable, no matter how much Lobo you cram into it. So where does this leave us? Is the movie saved? Is it a hit? My personal opinion, based on all of this, is no. I don't think Supergirl will blow up the box office. Let's be clear. The latest screening is a definite improvement. They fixed their most obvious, easily correctable mistake with Lobo. Millie Alcock is reportedly giving a strong performance. But the core issues, the ones that are much harder to fix, are still there. You have a potentially unlikable protagonist and a weak, underwhelming villain. And even with the improvements, a significant faction of this new test audience still didn't enjoy the movie. This isn't a situation where they turned a disaster into a masterpiece. It sounds like they've turned a disaster into a serviceable, but ultimately flawed, superhero flick. And in today's market, with superhero fatigue at an all-time high, serviceable is not good enough. Especially not for a struggling new universe like the DCU. This movie needed to be a home run, an undeniable, universally loved hit. And right now, it sounds like James Gunn is about to deliver a solid double at best. I think it will do okay. It will probably be profitable, but it will not be the cultural event that they so desperately need it to be. The DCU is still on life support, and I don't think this is the movie that's going to save it. What do you guys think? Am I being too harsh? Or are these red flags as big and as bright for you as they are for me? Let me know your full, unfiltered take in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more from Screen Hollywood. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.